support the Southampton Fresh Air Home, and it is a camp for young adults and children with special needs. So it's going to be a Hatha yoga practice, and we're going to go for about an hour and see how we do. This is our first real live stream. We've done one in the past, but it didn't continue like this one's going to continue. We're going to do this every week. So it took us some time to set it up today. I set everything up an hour ago, and then I had my husband come and help me fine tune stuff, and it deleted my whole live stream. So here I am starting all over again, but that's okay. So I'm glad that you're here if you are joining us. I have a yoga mat and a folded up towel for my knees. We're going to do a all levels practice today, and some things lying down, some things standing up. So take your time with it. Make sure you feel really good in everything that we do. Make sure you're breathing, and I'm going to remind you of that throughout the practice. And if you'd like to donate to the Fresh Air Home, that would be awesome. It's SFAH for Southampton Fresh Air Home, sfah.org, and you can donate any amount. Go to their donation page and give whatever your heart desires. Maybe wait till the end of the class, see how you feel, and gauge it on that. If you feel really good, then, donate like thousands of dollars. Maybe. Okay, no pressure. Either way, just give what you can and make sure you feel good. Let's get started. Hope everybody can hear me. Like I said, this is our first time doing this. So first real live stream, so hopefully it works. Otherwise, I'll just be doing an hour of yoga by myself. So come to a comfortable seated position. And like I said, I have a folded towel here for myself, if you want a blanket or a towel. And it's nice to sit on the front edge of that and then crisscross your ankles, if that feels okay. There's other ways to sit. If it feels better, you can sit on your feet with your knees bent. And then just take a deep breath in. We talk a lot about deep breathing in yoga, but I'm learning more about functional breathing right now. So we want to make sure that we're breathing, but not focusing too much on filling up the body with breath, but more how we use the breath. So we want the ribs to expand on the inhale. We want the belly to push out just slightly to make room for the diaphragm to move down out of the ribs, just a little bit. It doesn't really move out of the ribs, but we want it to kind of go down on the inhale. And then we exhale. Try to make the exhale longer. So long exhale. And it's going to help the diaphragm move up. And it's going to trigger the vagus nerve, which is going to help us to relax and encourage our parasympathetic nervous system. So it's really good. So let's practice that type of breathing. Pull the shoulders up and back. And just take a moment to breathe and listen to your body. Really hear what it has to say to you. Maybe your left hip is hurting, maybe your ankle, maybe your shoulder, maybe you have a neck issue. So just take a moment to listen to what's happening in your body. We're going to sit the breath in through the nose, and we're going to try to breathe the entire time just using the nose. Allow your body to sit upright so that the head is on top of the shoulders. The shoulders pull up and back, and everything is stacked. Shoulders, hips, head on shoulders. It gives our body the ability to really use the tools for breathing a little bit more when we sit up taller. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Kara Bellingham. I've been teaching yoga for a very long time, since 2006, and I just really love doing it. So I hope that you feel that through this practice. It's a wonderful thing to do. Continuing to breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. And lengthening that exhale. And feeling some peace and calm coming over your face. See if you can feel that peace and calm going all the way through the body. All the way through the body, feeling the skin melt, the layer that's under the skin, the layer under that, the layer under that. Many layers. We are made up of many layers. So find some peace and calm in every layer. Remembering to inhale, expand, exhale, lengthen. Good. Bring the hands together into prayer. Let's create a dedication for this practice today. For anybody who would like to join us live for classes, you can check the website, karayoga.com. So here, when we create a prayer pose with the hands, we're going to create a dedication for this practice. And I've been thinking a lot about India. I'm sure many of you have as well. Sending some dedications, love and kindness toward India. Let's begin with a very gentle Om together. Deep breath in. Good. Bring your hands to your knees. And then drop your head forward and down. Let your Om be a beautiful vibration that fills your whole being. Lift your head gently up to center. Very easy. And tilt your head slightly back. Feeling the front of the neck. And then again, bring the head forward and down. Chin towards the chest. And inhale, lift the head up. Take your time. And forward and down. I'm just doing a little, how often do you say yes in your life? Tilting back. And what do you say yes to? Do you say yes to too many things? Is there such a thing as too many things? Tilt the head back. And after the next backward tilt, you're going to bring the head up to center and then just turn your head to the right, like you have a friend sitting next to you and you're asking them what they just said. What did you just say? So the head is turned. We're looking at them with love, a lot of love. I have my water here on my windowsill. I always like to have a glass of water with me when I'm practicing yoga. And I have it up there because my dogs will drink it if I have it down any lower. Let's turn back to center and very slowly look to the left. To my left are my two beautiful dogs, fast asleep, enjoying their own yoga practice. Good. Let's slowly rotate the head back to center. Great. Bring your hands out in front of you. How far forward can you walk your hands? I'm going to shift so I'm facing the long way on my mat. So try to walk forward as far as you can, keeping your hips down behind you. And you're going to climb the arms as far forward as you can. We're just kind of crawling forward. And your hips are down. Drop your head forward and down. For me, my neck cracks when I do this pretty much every single time. We want to lengthen, 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 and then just give space to drop the head. If your head doesn't reach the floor, you can use a block underneath it or some books if you have books nearby, or an extra blanket. And let's breathe into the back body. Let the jaw relax. And find the expansion of the rib cage as you inhale. And lift your head. Walk your hands slowly back in towards your body. Keep pushing the floor as you do. You're going to lean back to switch the ankles. And then lift your body nice and tall. Pull your shoulders up and back. Breathe deeply and bring the hands forward again. And go as far forward as you can go. And we're going to grab the floor here. Get longer. Claw your way forward. Send your tailbone back and down. Breathe in. And then you're going to drop the head forward and down again. Notice anything different on this side. My left hip is always tighter than the right. So whatever foot is in front, does that hip feel tighter for you? Or do you feel it in both hips? Do you feel it in your neck? Do you feel it in your back? Where do you feel it? And try to expand the back body, the side body, using your breath. And lengthen your exhale. Good. Lift your head. Let's walk those hands back in towards the body. Give it a push with the hands as you rise up, and then extend your legs out in front of you. We're going to flex the feet. Do you like your feet? Some people don't like feet. Flex the feet, and then point the feet. Flex the feet, and then point your feet. And then circle the ankles. Circle the ankles in one direction. Alexa just said something to me. I'm not going to say the name because she'll say something again. I don't want her to talk to me right now. She has a mind of her own sometimes. It's a little scary. Circle the opposite way. And breathe. Good. Let's hold it. We're going to flex the feet. Lift your body nice and tall. So here I'm sitting on the front edge of my towel. You can have your blanket there or a cushion. It's going to help tilt your pelvis forward, which is really great for your back body. You don't want to stress or strain this lower back. We're going to lift the body tall. The hands are alongside. If the floor is far away, you can use blocks or books underneath your hands. And let's just hold it here and press the chest forward. So you're almost arching your back here to lengthen the spine up. Breathe deeply. Good. And then from that position with the feet flexed, hip width distance, you're going to walk just one handprint forward if that feels doable for you. If that's too much, don't do it. Don't go that far. But if it feels okay, good. And then glue the hands down to the floor. My fingertips are touching here. And I'm going to pull the floor back towards me. My heart reaches forward, shoulders relaxing. I'm flexing the feet. Now I'm going to isometrically stretch my legs as well. So I'm going to push the backs of the knees down into the floor, towards the floor. For me, my heels lift just a little bit off the floor. Maybe yours do, maybe they don't. And then relax the knees. Take a deep breath. And let's push again, backs of knees down into the floor. And relax again. Breathe in. Let's do this one more time. You're going to flex and press the backs of the knees down into the floor. Drop the shoulders, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Now relax the knees and see if you can walk maybe a teeny tiny bit farther forward with your hands. You're going to glue the fingertips or the hands down to the floor and pull it back. Keep the spine nice and long. Now, if you have a yoga strap or a men's belt or a tie or a towel, long towel, you can always wrap that around your feet in poses like this if you're feeling tight in your legs, and hold that. So you're encouraging the torso to sit up top, nice and tall, and you're not rounding the back, right? But then you're still getting the stretch in the backs of the legs. So those are some options. Let's walk the hands back in and sit the body up tall. Good. Scoot yourself on your mat to lie down on the back body. It's getting better and better now, isn't it? So come onto your back and rest your head. Ooh, love that. I love when my back adjusts as soon as I lay down. And then we're going to rock the knees gently from side to side. Ah. Check in with your breathing. Make sure it's functional. So you're expanding outward. You're allowing that diaphragm to push down. Now, tomorrow, if anybody's around, you can check our Instagram live at 12:30 every Friday. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about breathing, yoga breathing. So definitely check that out. And you can always watch the replay of all of these live not shows. It's not really a show. Drop the knees down to the right. And then take your arms out to a T position. Ah. And take a moment to notice how this feels. Let that right arm relax. Let the left arm create some circles. So you're going to reach behind the head, over towards the right, down across the body, down to over to the left, and again, back behind you, over to the right, down across the body. So we're lubricating that left shoulder joint. How much do you lubricate your joints every day? Let's be honest. Let's talk about this. Circle the opposite way. Are you a stiff joint person? How about getting those joints moving a little more? Let's open out to a T position and hold it there. And just take a deep breath in. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and click the notification bell so you get notified when we're doing live streams. And so inhale again here, expanding the ribs, and feel the chest filling, feel the whole torso expanding. And on the exhale, just breathing out of the nose. Good. Lift your hips gently, your knees up and over to the opposite side. Take your time. I'm shifting my hips a little bit to the right so that I can lay a little bit more on my left side. And now my right arm is going to circle. So here we go, up behind the head, down across the body. The dog just sighed behind my head here. I guess she's stressed out, moving, not doing any yoga, doing her doga, her version. Let's circle the opposite way. Moving the body slowly, mindfully. We're going to take the arm out to a T position and hold it there. Relax the shoulders, the jaw, and allow the breath to lengthen on the exhale. Bring the knees up to center. Take your time. And stretch your arms long behind your head. Inhale here. And then exhale, lift your arms up. And let's do a little sit-up. So we're going to look forward. The head and the shoulders lift. You're going to reach the fingertips forward. We're breathing. And then we're going to lower and extend the arms long again, back behind the head. So let's inhale. And then exhale, come up. And again, tuck the chin, reach the fingertips forward, and push your lower back down into the ground. Lower, extend, take a deep breath. Exhale, up with the arms, little sit up, lifting head, shoulders, reach the fingertips forward. Let's hold it here this time. Get a little bit more strength building in your core. Good. Lower, extend the arms, take a deep breath in. Legs can come up towards the sky here. Good. Take your arms up towards the sky as well. So this is called dead bug pose. Shoulders are going to relax. Let's breathe. And we're going to lift the head and shoulders up again. This time the nose reaches up towards the ceiling and the fingertips reach for those toe tips. And then we're going to lower down. Breathe in. Exhale, lift up. Reach those fingertips up towards the sky, nose towards the ceiling. Lower down. Breathe in. And again, lifting. Good. Lower it down. Bend your knees now. Let the palms face the ceiling. And the more you move the knees above the hips, the more you're going to feel this in the core. This is baby bear pose. Shoulders relax. Jaw relaxed. Breathing in and out. We want a steady breath. Letting everything go. Holding baby bear. Strengthening the core. It's subtle. And it's wonderful. Hope everybody's doing great. And then hug your knees into your belly. Good. Little rocking here, side to side. Good. Bring your hands underneath your thighs here, underneath your knees, and you're going to start using the legs to pump yourself up. Now, be very careful. If you have any back issues or spine issues, choose to roll to the side and lift up instead. If you're okay with this motion forward and back with the legs, eventually the momentum's going to lift you up, and we're going to crisscross the ankles and come into table. I missed you guys. So glad to see you all again. All right, so I'm going to open up my towel here for my precious little knees. I want to take care of them. And then the hands are underneath the shoulders. Arch your spine, breathe in, and round your back. Good. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round your back. Good. Inhale again, arch your spine. And exhale, round your back. Good. Come to a neutral spine. You're going to take the right leg straight out behind you, curl the toes, and push into that heel. So if you have calf muscle issues, tightness, this is a very good thing to do. Keep pushing into the right heel. Nice long neck here, long spine. Lower the right knee and extend your left leg long. Curl the toes, push into that heel. Fingers are wide, we're gripping the mat. Fingers are wide, gripping the mat. Keep pushing into the left heel. Breathing. Good. Now in this plank position, in this one-legged position, we're going to step into plank. So your back stays level and your legs shoot out from your back. You don't want your hips to sink. You want them to stay in line with your shoulders, and we're pushing the floor away. You're also hugging inward with each arm, hugging the space between the arms. Breathing. Good. Push up and back into a downward facing dog. So we're going to pedal out the heels here. Get to know the backs of the legs in this position. And let your breath deepen. Let your breath relax you. Press the heels down and send your hips up and back. Drop your head. So we're gripping the mat with the fingers wide. We're going to gently lift those hips up and back and let the head get heavy. Good. Reach your right leg up behind you. So I'm going to do the same as you guys, because I don't know how this camera setup is going to show me on the video. And we're going to step the right leg forward. So we want the foot between the hands. Hands on either side of that front foot. So we're going to inhale the hips up and then exhale the hips down. Good. Inhale up And exhale down. Good. Blocks or books under hands is also a good idea here if you'd like to give yourself a little bit more flexibility. Good. Let's lift the hips up high. We're going to step the back foot about a footprint closer, and you're going to lift up to warrior one position or fall up. I almost just fell up. Drop the shoulders down. The front knee is stacked on that ankle. We're hugging the space between the legs. We're lifting and opening up the chest. The shoulders are relaxed. Then the spine is long. The breath is deep. Every breath is an opportunity to relax a little bit more. Let's open this body into warrior two position. My front foot cuts the back foot in half, so it's a little shimmy. And then I want to look to the right. Front knee is stacked on that ankle. Pull your shoulders up and back and breathe. Breathe, relax, feel, be in the moment. Be in the moment. BITM. Be in the moment. Let's reach this right arm as far forward as we can and then bring the forearm to that front thigh, palm up. Left arm up and over the ear, big side stretch in the body. Pull as long as you can. The body rotates open here, and we get longer with that left arm. Are you smiling? I hope so, because it's Thursday, whatever that means. It's Thursday again. Can you believe it? Let's lift up and back with this left arm. Take the right arm up and back. We're going to reach that right knee forward, away from that right arm, reaching back. Good. Checking in with your breath. Notice how you feel. Good. We're going to windmill these arms forward. Whee! And frame the front foot as you pivot the back heel up. Now you're going to push down with your hands and kick your right leg up behind you. And then lower to a downward dog. Let your head relax. You can shake your head no and yes. Now take your left leg up behind you with an inhale. Step that foot forward between your hands. You know, sometimes it's kind of challenging to get the foot up there. So feel free to use your hand to help you out. But another way to practice this is by using your whole body, the back foot especially, to kind of give you momentum forward and press the foot down. Inhale the hips up and lower them down. Inhale up and lower them down. Good. Keep breathing and feeling and being happy with where you are today in this life. Lift the hips up and let's step the back foot closer, about a footprint. And now you're going to lift up to a warrior one position. Now push into your back heel, drop your shoulders down. Hips are squared, facing forward. It's always a good time to fix your pants when you get into these positions, or your shirt, whatever you're wearing. Maybe some of you are in the nude. I don't know what you're doing at your house. Let's open up to warrior two. And the front foot is cutting the back foot in half. Now you're going to gaze to the left. Pull the shoulders up and back. Soften your jaw. That's how we do it. That's yoga style, softening the jaw. Rubber lips. Good. Front knee stacked on ankle. Deep breathing. And now reach your left arm forward as far as it can go. Forearm to the thigh, palm up. Right arm up and over the ear, extending towards the left. Keep breathing, stretching that right arm as long as you can. Good. Up and back with the right arm to the back leg. The front arm up and back. We're going to reach the left knee forward and reach that left arm back. Little squeeze on the right side here, the waist. It's all good. You ready to windmill? Here we go. Arms are windmilling forward. We're going to frame the front foot, pivoting the back heel up, hands to the floor. We inhale and kick the left leg up behind. And then lower to a downward dog. What is your body saying to you in this moment? What is it saying? Lower the knees. Let's open the knees wide and let the big toes touch together. And we're going to sit back with the heels and extend the arms long as we can. So same as what we did in the beginning when we had the ankles crisscrossed and we extended. See if you can do that again by reaching your arms as long as they can go and then resting your head down. So feeling the space that you're creating. And then use your breath. Fill the back body. Take a moment. Just notice how you feel. Step the hands a little bit wider. And stretch forward again with wider arms. They're just a little wider than your shoulders. Good. Lift your head. Let's pull the body into a table position and walk the hands underneath the shoulders. Your knees are underneath your hips. So we're going to do what I like to call the bulldog. You're going to turn your hands so the fingers point in at each other. Now your right hand's going to go above your left. So they're in line with each other. And then you're going to slide the hands away from the center of your body out to the sides. So really you're coming down to your forearms and then you're going to see if you can crawl a little bit longer away from the midline of your body and then lean the body a little bit forward and down onto the arms to stretch that front shoulder. Now your chin should be in front of the right arm. And your head, if it doesn't feel good resting there, you can always put a block underneath your forehead or some books. And take some deep breaths here into the shoulders, into the upper back. Find some rest. Find the pause. Good. Lifting your head, walk the arms in, slide them in, and just switch. Left arm in front now, and you can walk away from there. You don't need to come back up to the hands at all. Just stay down on those forearms, walk them away. Now your chin is in front of the left arm, and the head is heavy. We want to rest it on something if it's not comfortable hanging out there. Keep breathing into the shoulders. Which shoulder feels more intense? For most of us, it's going to be the front one, but maybe you have something going on. Good. Another deep breath in, upper back, shoulders. Learning to let something go. Let's slide in with these arms and push our way up to table. Curl the toes under and lift to a downward dog. Extend your hands forward and let your head drop. Breathing deeply. Walk your hands back towards your feet and let's bend the knees deeply here and drape the body over the legs. Grab either elbow and swing the torso from side to side. Feel your face relax. Lower the hands down to the floor. Lift to a flat back. Take a deep breath in. Let's sit the hips back and down. The torso is lifting, the head is lifting, and we're going to walk the hands up to the top of the knee here. So right above the knee. And we're sitting back and down. The torso lifts a little bit higher and the arms reach out in front. So here we have our standing squat, Utkatasana. Sit back and down. So we want the knees at or behind the toes. We don't want them in front of the toes. So at the toes is great. Building some strength here. Make sure you're pressing evenly into the feet and breathe a little bit deeper. Let's stand tall. Reach the arms up towards the sky. Good. Drop the shoulders down. A little back bend here. So we're going to lift the heart up. Look up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your bottom. And just take a moment. Good. Come back to center. Bring the hands into prayer and lower in front of the heart. Pull your shoulders back and down. Let your jaw relax. And just take a moment to notice how you feel. How many times in your day do you ask yourself, how do I feel? Let this be one of those times that you can do that. Notice how the breath feels. Bring your left foot into tree. And then take your arms up towards the sky. So I'm going to do the same as you. Left foot into tree. Arms up towards the sky is an option. You can also stand with your back against the wall. You can also leave this left foot on the floor. It doesn't have to be up the leg. Good. So we're lengthening the body out of the pelvis. Big smile on the face. Letting things go. Good. Lower the arms, the left leg, and let's switch. The hands are back into prayer. The right foot comes into tree. Now, your tree posture, your foot could be at the ankle. It could be up a little bit higher. It could be up at the highest height, right? These are options, but we want to avoid pushing against the inner knee. Now, send your left foot down into the ground, root it down, and rise up out of those roots. Arms can reach up towards the sky. Let the shoulder, it's a bit windy in my tree here. Let the shoulders relax and grow the spine tall. Inhale, expand the body. Good. Use your muscles to stand in this tree posture by pressing the ground away and lifting up out of your pelvis. A lot of people tend to stick the left hip out, so try to push that in and then lower your right leg, lower the arms, and shake out the wrists, the shoulders, the arms, and give the legs a little bit of a wiggle. Good. Step the feet a little bit wider. So coming into a lower squat to the floor. If you have blocks you want to sit on, you can do that. And we're going to bring the hands into prayer, sinking down. And the toes are open. Okay, the feet are a little bit wider than the hips. The elbows are inside the knee here, and the hands are in prayer. So we're lengthening up through the top of the head. We're softening the jaw. You can also put your rolled up blanket or towel under your heels. That helps if your heels don't want to touch the floor. And then just notice how this feels. Give yourself a moment to be in your squat. Become a squatter. Good. Checking in. I hope you're all doing great. Make sure you share this with all of your friends and family so they can join us next Thursday or catch the replay. Me yelling at my husband in the beginning of the video. No, I don't think I yelled at him, but I was a little frustrated. Love you, honey. Okay, bring your hands down and let's sit onto the bottom and bring the feet together. Let's sit in a bound angle position so the soles of the feet are touching. And we're going to lift the body tall and tilt forward. Now, if your back is feeling stiff, you can sit on the front edge of your blanket. You can also grab the ankles instead of the feet. So just choose what feels good for you. Lengthen the spine first and foremost, and let's tilt forward. Keep on breathing. If you go to karayoga.com, you will also find a weekly blog, which is very fun. And you know what I love? When people actually respond to the blog. It's really fun, because then I get to hear your thoughts, and it's really nice. And I really appreciate that. So thank you. And also, you'll find our videos that are on Be Truly You. And if you want to subscribe to that, it's very reasonable. 108 for the whole year right now. So please, please, please consider doing that and supporting our efforts. Supporting our efforts helps to support these efforts for charity. So thank you. Let's lift the body up to center and bring the knees together. How small can you get? We're going to walk the feet in towards the body and then wrap your arms around your legs. Take a deep breath and drop the head forward and down. Now, if your forehead doesn't reach your knees, that's okay. You can always bring your hands on top of the knees. If you feel like your body is getting in the way of this, you can step the feet a little bit wider, right? There's ways to work with your body's needs. So wrapping around and then drop your head like you're a child who's in the corner because you're in trouble. And try to rest. I don't know what you got in trouble for, but it must have been pretty serious. Good. Lift your head up. Take a deep breath in. Walk your feet forward a wee bit. And then bring your hands underneath your thigh. Let's tippy toe the feet back. You can always put a block underneath your feet here instead of lifting them up, right? You can have that block there to put them on. You're going to lift your lower leg up and try to balance on your sits bones. And then, pull your shoulders back and down and breathe. Balancing on your sits bones. Now, if it feels okay, you can take one arm out to the side with the palm facing in. You can take both arms out, palms facing in. Try to keep your knees not splaying open, but in line with your hips. And if you want to practice straightening the legs up, that's an option too. Little upward facing boat posture. Good. Bend the knees. Deep breathing. Expanded breathing. Functional breathing. And then plant your feet down to the ground. Good. So the hands, you're going to set the feet a little bit wider than the hips. And then your hands are going to come just below the knee here. You're going to pull your heart forward, inhaling. And then exhale, round your back. Inhale, pull your heart forward, arching the spine. And exhale, rounding the back. Good. Let's do one more. Inhale, arch your spine. And exhale, rounding the back. Good. Come up to a neutral spine and extend your right leg forward. Step your left foot in and cross the left foot to the right. So we're going to come into a twist. If this is a lot for your body, or I shouldn't say a lot, but if it's more comfortable, you can keep the left foot inside the right inner thigh. If you want more of a stretch really in the left hip, you're going to cross the foot over to the right. Take the right arm around the left knee. Lift your body tall first, right? We want to pull the body up out of the pelvis, nice and long. And then you're going to rotate your torso to your left. And just notice how that feels in the back body. What do you feel? Bring your left hand down to the floor behind you. Give yourself some support back there. Keep the right arm hugging the knee. And if you want, you can cross the right elbow to the other side of this left thigh. And the palm faces out. So it's just another little press, a little prop for your body to enter the twist a little bit deeper. Only if it feels okay. Good. A breath to expand the ribs. Good. And then take your arms up towards the sky. Turn back to center. And then over to the opposite side, you're going to do a little bow. Okay, so your hands are on the right side of you here. And it's just a little counter stretch on this side. Good. Float the arms up towards the sky. Let's face forward again, breathing deeply, and lower the arms. Good. Extend your left leg long. Give yourself a moment. Feel your breath and pull the right foot in. The knee is bent up towards the ceiling. So again, you can stay here if you're comfortable with the foot here, if you're looking just for a strict twist in the spine, or you can add a stretch to this right hip by crossing the foot over to the left. Left arm is going to hug the knee and the body is tall. We're going to rotate to the right. Remember, we want to pull up and out of the pelvis here to start with, and then rotate to the right. Right hand behind you. You can flex the left foot. That's just going to help tone those muscles in the leg. Now we're going to lengthen up through the top of the head and come into a twist that feels good for your body. Don't go too far. Just follow the breath and what it's telling you. You can also cross the left elbow to the other side of this right knee, palm facing out. Give yourself an extra little nudge. I like that word, nudge. It's a good word. Send the breath in and out. Remember to lengthen the exhale. Good. Let's rotate back to center. Reach the arms up. Inhale. So we want to lengthen the body again and then turn to the left for a counter stretch. Good. Let's slowly turn back to center. Reach the arms up towards the sky and take this right leg forward. Let's hold it like this just for a moment. Drop your shoulders down and grow the spine up through the top of the head, flexing the feet. Soften your jaw. Feel that blood traveling down from the hands, neck, head in line with spine. Good. Lower your hands down to your thighs or alongside your body. Great. So we're going to get our block or our blanket, my cheap old towel here. We're going to fold it up. I have my towel folded like this, and I'm going to take it and just fold it into thirds from there. I want it to almost replicate a yoga block or something a little bit thicker, okay? We're going to lay down on the back, and then we're going to take that folded up blanket or a block, if you have a block, and you're going to slide it underneath your sacrum. It should feel good. There should be no discomfort, no pain at all. And you can also do this against the wall if that feels better for you. So from here, legs straight up towards the sky. Give your body a chance to decompress. Give your lymphatic system a little chance here to drain. If you want to really drain your lymphatic system in this position, you can pump your feet. I find that very hard to do. It's a challenge. But if you pump your feet, it helps to send the fluid a little bit faster down out of the lymph nodes towards the heart. So we're just pumping. I find it so challenging to do this in sync with one foot to the other. Pumpity pump. You know, you can just do alternating pumping or not at all. Do what feels good for you. And then hold it still. Take your arms alongside you. And just feel the blood leaving your feet, your legs. Feel the nourishment in the hips. I got a nosy puppy here. And then let's bend the knees and plant the feet. I'm laughing because she's right here and I don't know what to do with her. So keeping your sacrum on your folded up blanket or your block, only if it feels okay. Otherwise, take it away. And your legs can go long out in front of you. You're gonna lay down? We have the whole front body getting a stretch here. And with that stretch happening, we can breathe and expand the ribs again. Feel the diaphragm or visualize the diaphragm moving out of the way of the lungs, going down. And by the way, if you're interested in learning more about that, there's a video from last week posted on our channel about diaphragmatic breathing, which might be helpful if you're interested in learning about that a little bit more. It's pretty interesting stuff, learning how to use the diaphragm. It's the primary breathing muscle in the body. Let's bend the knees and plant the feet. Take your contraption block blanket out from under you. And resting your head, coming into a Shavasana for the next couple of minutes. We're going to do this together. So the feet are going to fall open, the palms face up. We're going to tuck the shoulder blades under the back. And feel your belly. Feel your ribs. Feel your chest expanding with the inhale. Exhale completely. Lengthen the exhale. And continue that same pattern, inhaling, expanding the body. And exhaling, lengthening the exhale. Making sure the body feels supported. You can always put your blanket under your knees, some blocks under the knees. A rolled up blanket underneath your neck is a nice thing to do. So take a moment to simply be, nothing else. Feel the floor holding you, and know that you have nothing to do. Zero in this moment. Absolutely nothing to do. Simply breathe. And staying in your Shavasana for as long as it feels good for your body. Maybe setting a timer and just hanging out here. Otherwise, wiggling fingers, wiggling toes, rocking head gently, 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 gently. Very gentle movements. Stretching the body, the arms can reach behind the head. The legs forward longer, right? So we're stretching from the torso, breathing deeply. Now we can hug the knees into the belly, slow movements. And find a little rocking here, side to side, lower back. Good. And planting the feet, rolling yourself to one side, and sitting yourself up slowly to your seat. There's so much to learn in yoga. There's so many opportunities in yoga to just feel good and breathe and be present. I hope that you liked this class today and will consider joining us in every possible way that you can, because we love to have all of you join us on our Instagram Live Fridays, on our Be Truly You videos. You can donate to Southampton Fresh Air Home, and I'm going to write more in the description about the Fresh Air Home, its mission. You can go right to their website and make a little donation as an exchange for this class today. Really, really appreciate that. It's over 119 years old, this beautiful camp for special needs, young adults and children. And there's a lot to learn about it that I think that you'll really love. The website is sfah.org. And if you want to check out more of our live schedule for yoga, that you can join us either on Zoom or in person, you can go to karayoga.com. You can also go to houseofwellnessny.com for even more available. I think we've said enough. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate you. Let all your friends know. Share, share, share. And we'll see you next Thursday. Yay! At least, if not before that. Have a great day.